Hi guys, welcome to my channel Radhika's lesson. Let's get started with problem set 2, page 34 of your textbook. Choose the correct alternative answer for the questions given below. Sub-question 1. Which one of the following is an irrational number? Option B, the answer is root 5, others are rational numbers. Sub-question 2. Which of the following is an irrational number? Option D, 0.0100100. A number whose decimal expansion is non-terminating and recurring is irrational number. So this is an irrational number. Third sub-question. Decimal expansion of which of the following is non-terminating recurring? Option C, 3 upon 11. Decimal expansion is non-terminating recurring. Other options have denominators 5, 16, which can be expressed as 2 into 2 into 2 and 25 5 into 5, and have only 5 and 2 as prime factors. Therefore, they have terminating decimal form. This we have studied earlier. Sub-question 4. Every point on the number line represent which of the following numbers? Option D, real numbers. Every point on the number line represent a real number. Sub-question 5. The number 0.4 in P upon Q form is option A, 4 upon 9. Now let's see how it is. Let x be 0.4, which can be expressed as 0.444. Multiplying both the sides by x, that is 10x. We have solved these kind of sums earlier. Same it is. 10x is equal to 0.4 into 10, multiplying this, so it becomes 10x is equal to 4.44. Then subtracting x on x, that is equation 1 and equation 2, that is subtracting x on left hand side and subtracting 0.4 on right hand side. We get in this equation 10x minus x is 4.4 minus 0.4, 9x is equal to 4 and x is equal to 4 upon 9. Sub-question 6. What is root n if n is not a perfect square? Option C, irrational number. If n is not a perfect square number, the root n is an irrational number. Question 7. Which of the following is not a surd? Option C, 3 root 64. 3 root 64. Now how it is? 3 root 64 is equal to p, and p3 is equal to p cube. It is p cube is equal to 4 into 4 into 4, which gives us 64. So cube of 4 is 64, which is perfect cube. Therefore 3 root 64 is not a surd. What is sub-question 7, 8? What is the order of the surd? Option C, 6. Now we have to check the order. Now 3 root 5 is equal to, now if I write root 5 this in the bracket form, removing the root, I can write it as 1 upon 3, which is equal to square root. I can write it as 5 1 upon 2 into whole bracket 1 upon 3, which gives us 3 into 2 is 6, so 5 raised to 1 upon 6, which I can write it as 6 root 5. So the order of the surd is 6. Sub-question 9. Which one is the conjugate pair of 2 root 5 plus root 3? Now conjugate pair, we know that one is positive and the other one is negative. So option A, one of the two terms will be negative. It can be negative 3 also. So negative 2 root 5 plus root 3. Conjugate pair will be this. 10th one, the value of 12 minus 13 plus 7 round brackets into 4 bars is dash. Option B, 68. Let us solve this. First we will solve 13 plus 7. Add this, open the bracket, it gets open. So 13 plus 17 is minus 20. and into 4, then multiplication, and 12 minus 80, and which gives us negative 68. Absolute value of negative 68 is 68. So the value of the equation given is, that is the absolute value is 68. Let's come to question number 2. Question number 1 we have finished. Write the following numbers in P upon Q form. Now, sub-question 1, 0.555. I can write as 3 decimal place to the left, so upon 1000, or we are dividing it by 555, we get 111 upon 200. This is the answer. Sub-question 2, 29.568 bar from 5 to 8, x is equal to, we can consider this as x is equal to 29.568. This is equation 1, multiplying both the sides by 1000. So 1000x is equal to 29.568. This is equation 2. Subtracting equation 1 from equation 2, we get 1000 minus x is equal to 29568.68 bar minus 2.568. So 99 and 1000 minus x is, it should be 1000x minus x, minus, we get 99x is equal to 29539, x is equal to 29539 upon 999. So therefore 29.568 is equal to 29539 upon 999 will be the answer. Sub-question 3, 9.315315. Since 9.315315, we can show the bar, this 315 is being repeated, so then let x is equal to 9.315 bar from 3 to 5, equation 1, multiplying both sides by 1000, we get 1000x is equal to 9315.315, equation 2, subtracting 1 from 2, equation 1 from 2, equation 2, 1000x minus x, this is equation 1, then 9315.315 minus 9.315. So this gives us 99x is equal to 9306. So x is equal to 9306 upon 999, which we are going to divide it by 9 as it is divisible by 9. So we get 1034 upon 111. So the answer is 9.315315 is equal to 1034 upon 111. Sub question 4 of question 2. $357.417417. We can write it as 357.417 bar from 4 to 7. Let x is equal to 357.417, equation 1. Multiplying both sides by 1000, we get 1000x is equal to 357.417.417, second equation. Subtracting equation 1 from equation 2, 1000x minus x, that is this here, and 357.417.417 minus 357.417, we subtract it here, we get 1000 minus x is 999x is equal to 357060, x is equal to 357060 upon 999. So the answer would be 357060 upon 999. Sub question 5, 30.219. Let x is equal to 30.219, equation 1. Multiplying both sides by 1000, we get. Why we take 1000? Because these numbers are being repeated from 219. So 3 decimal place, so we take it 1000. 1000x is equal to 30219.219, second equation. Subtracting equation 1 from equation 2, 1000x minus x is equal to 30219.219 minus 30.219. So when we subtract, we get 99 999x is equal to 30189, and x is equal to 30189 upon 999, and both numerator and denominator are divisible by 3. So we get 10063 upon 333. So this is the answer, 10063 upon 333. Question 3 now, we'll come to question 3. Question 3, write the following numbers in its decimal form. -5 upon 7. When we divide this division, I hope you all know very well, that is dividing as this is smaller than the dividend is smaller than the divisor, so we'll take it zeros are, and then mark a decimal when you are taking first time as 0, then 7 sevens are 49, and then continue with the division, and at the end we get again 5. This means if we continue to divide, we are going to get the same numbers for the division. So we'll write it as -5 upon 7 is equal to -0.714285. Sub question 2, 9 upon 11. So we are dividing numerator with denominator, so 9 divided by 11. Dividend is smaller than the divisor, so 11 zeros are 0, then 9, taking 0 for the first time, so decimal, and 90 it becomes, so 11 8s are 88, and continue the division, we are getting 9 again. So if we continue the division, we will get 81 81 81. So we'll write 9 upon 11 is equal to 0.81, as 81 is being continued, so we will draw a bar from 8 to 1. Sub question 3, root 5. Now here when we talk about the square root, we'll find the square root, that is we'll take 5, and decimal, we want zeros in pairs always, and to the left, if there are 2 more numbers to the left, then we'll pair them and then divide. Similarly to the right side, we'll pair them. So here we are going to take square of the numbers. So 2 twos are, only one number will divide first. 2 twos are is 4. 5 minus 4 is equal to 1. Then mark the decimal in the quotient, and then bring down the pair of zeros. Then here we will add, because we are taking 2 twos are, so 2 plus 2 gives us 4. As I told you, we have to take square of the numbers. Now if you look at this unit space, here we have got 100, so 42 multiplied by 2, so 42 twos are is 84. 100 minus 84 is 16. Now that same 2 which we have taken, we can add here. 2 plus 2 is 4 and 4. Now here when we subtract it, we got bring down the pair. We have got 1600, here we have got 443. So 443, look at the unit space, we will multiply it by 3. So 443 multiplied by 3, we get 1329. After subtracting, we get 271. Bring down another pair of 0, and that 3 which we have taken square of 3, we'll add this 3 here, so it becomes 446. And now again to calculate further, we'll multiply it by 4466 into 6. So 446 6 we get 269,796. When we subtract, we get 304, and bring down the last pair 0 0, and here we'll add 6, it becomes 44720, and we'll take zeros because this will be the last calculation. We will not get bigger than, if we take ones, that will be bigger than 30400, so we'll take zeros to stop the division over here. So 304 is the remainder. Now therefore root 5 is equal to 2.2360. Sub question 4. One to 1 upon 13. So 1 to 1 divided by 13. Now here dividend is bigger than 13, so we can take 13 nines are 117. Subtract, we get 4. We are taking first time the 0, so mark the decimal here, and then continue with the division. At the end we get 4. This means it is going to repeat, the numbers are being repeated from 3 to 2. So therefore 1 to 1 upon 13 is equal to 9.307692, bar from 3 to 2. Sub question 5, 29 divided by 8. Dividend is bigger, so we'll divide this. 8 3s are 24. 5, taking 0 and we'll mark a decimal in the quotient, and 8 6 are 48, and continue with the division. We get, it's terminating, the division is terminating, so the answer will be 29 upon 8 is equal to 3.625. Question 4, show that 5 plus root 7 is an irrational number. Let us assume that 5 plus root 7 is not an irrational number. If it is rational, then 5 plus root 7 is equal to p upon q. Rational numbers can be written in p upon q form. So if it is a rational number, it is equal to p upon q. Therefore we get root 7 is equal to p upon q. Take this 5 to the right hand side, so it becomes negative. In this, that is left hand side. Now this has become, left hand side is root 7 and right hand side is p upon q minus 5. Now in this equation, left side is an irrational number and right side is a rational number. Therefore 5 plus root 7 is an irrational number. Let's come to question number 5. Write the following surds in simplest form, that is its lowest form. So 3 upon 4 root 8. I can split this root 8 as 4 into 2 because 4 is a perfect square. So 3 upon 4 into, if I find root 4 gives us 2, and this is left over root 2 inside the square root. So we can reduce this to 1s and 2 2s. I get 3 upon 2 root 2. So this is the answer. Sub question 2, negative 5 upon 9 root 45. I can split this 45 as 9 into 5. So perfect square root 9 is 3 and 5 will be as it is under the square root. So negative 5 upon 3 into root 5 will be the answer. Question 6, write the simplest form of rationalizing factor for the given surds. Now root 32, I can split this 32 as 16 into 2, and root 16 will be 4 and left over root 2. The simplest rationalizing factor is root 2. Root 50, I can split as root 25 into 2, 5 root 2, simplest rationalizing factor of root 2. This is the simplest rationalizing factor. Now root 27, I can split this as 9 into 3, root 9 will be 3, which will be outside the square root, and root 3. The simplest rationalizing factor is root 3. And 3 upon 5, root 10. This will be the simplest because I cannot split the number 10 to any of the square of the numbers. So this is the simplest rationalizing factor, that is root 10. Now sub question 5 or question 6, 3 root 72. Root 72 I can split it as 36 into 2. 36 2s is 72. Now root 36 will be 6 into root 2 will be into the square root, under the square root, and then 3 into 6 is 18 root 2. Simplest rationalizing factor is root 2. 4 upon 4 root 11, simplest rationalizing factor is root 11. That is the simplest form. Let's come to question number 7, simplify. 4 upon 7 root 147 plus 3 upon 8 root 192 minus 1 upon 5 root 75. This we are going to write as it is. We will split 147 into 49 into 3 because this is a perfect square. One number should be a perfect square from when we split them, and split them in such a way so that one is a perfect square. And 192 also I can split it as 64 into 3 is 192. that you can find the prime factors and split them accordingly. And 75, I can write it as 25 into 3. Now 4 upon 7 as it is, root 49 will be 7, left over square root 3. Then 64 will be 8, this will be in root 2, and 1 upon 5, that is 25, root square root 25 will be 5. Now here, two numbers are to be multiplied, so this gets cancelled. We get 4 root 3, and here also 8 gets cancelled, so 3 root 3, and 5 gets cancelled, so 1 root 3. Now we are asked to add and subtract. So 4 plus 3, and now root 3 will be considered as common factor, which can be written outside the bracket, and the leftover terms will be in the bracket. 4 plus 3 minus 1, which gives us 4 plus 3 is 7, 7 minus 1 will be 6, root 3 is the answer. Now sub question 2, 5 root 3 plus 2 root 27 plus 1 upon root 3. Now 5 root 3 you cannot split this, but you can split this. 2 plus 2 root, I can split this as 9 3s are 27, 9 is perfect square, and to remove the root from 3, I should multiply this by root 3 into root 3. Now next step would be, this will be as it is, root 9 will be 3, so 2 into root 3 plus root 3 into 1 is 1 root 3 upon root 3 into root 3 gives us 3. So 5 root 3, 6 root 3, and 1 upon 3 root 3. Now let's take common factor 3 outside the bracket and leftover terms in the bracket. 5 plus 6 plus 1 upon 3. Now these numbers, we can find the LCM. LCM will be 3. So 5 these are 15. You can find the LCM and of this, and then 15 plus 18 plus 1 upon 3 root 3. So if I add all this, I get 34 root 3 upon 3 will be the answer. Sub question 3, root 216 minus 5 root 6 plus root 294 minus 3 upon root 6, which is equal to, I can split this 216 as root 36 into 6. 5 root 6 cannot be, we cannot split, so we'll write as it is, plus 294, I can split it as 49 into 6, minus 3 upon root 6, I have to remove this radical form, so rationalizing it, into root 6 upon 6. So root 36 will be 6, root 6 left inside, this will be as it is, minus, and root 49 will be 7 outside the square root, and then 6 in the root, and minus, this is 3 root 6 upon root 6 into root 6 is 6. So 6 root 6 minus 5 root 6 plus 7 root 6 minus 1 upon 2 root 6. Now again root 6 will be the common factor, which will be outside the bracket, and leftover terms inside the bracket. 6 minus 5 plus 7 minus 1 upon 2 root 6. I can add this 3, add and subtract these 3, that is 6 minus 5 is 1, and 1 plus 7 is 8. 8 minus 1 upon 2, I have to equalize the denominators and solve, that is LCM will be 2, and 8 2s are 16, and then 1 minus 1 root 6. 16 minus 1 is 15 upon 2 root 6 will be the answer. Sub question 4, 4 into root 12 minus root 75 minus 7 root 48. I can split this 12 as 4 into 3, 75 as 25 into 3, and 48 as 16 into 3. 16 3s are 48. 4 into square root of 4 is 2, root 3 will be left, and root 25 will be 5, root 3 will be left, this will be as it is, minus 7. Root 16 will be 4 root 3. Now this will be 4 to is 8 root 3 minus 5 root 3 as it is, and 7 4 is negative minus 28 root 3. Now common factor will be root 3 outside the bracket, leftover terms inside the bracket. 8 minus 5 minus 28. When we solve this, it becomes negative terms we'll add with negative sign. 8 minus 33 root 3 and minus 25 root 3 will be the answer. Sub question 5. 2 root 48 minus root 75 minus 1 upon root 3. Now 2 root, I can split this 48 as 16 into 3, 25 as 75 as 25 into 3, minus 1 upon root 3. I have to remove this radical form from sign from this, so into root 3 upon root 3. So root 16 will be 4, 2 into 4 root 3 minus 5 root 3 and minus root 3 into 1 is 1 root 3 upon root 3 into root 3 is 3. So 4 2 is 8 root 3 and minus 5 root 3 and 1 root 3. Now root 3 will be 1 upon 3 root 3. So root 3 will be common factor outside the bracket. So 8 minus 5 minus 1 upon 3. This will be common factor. So 8 minus 5 is 3. 3 minus 1 upon 3 root 3. We can take LCM. 3 3 is 9 minus 1. 1 into 1 is 1. 9 minus 1 is 3. 9 minus 1 is 8 upon 3. So 8 upon 3 root 3 is the answer. Now rationalize the denominator. Rationalizing means removing the radical sign. So 1 upon root 5 into root 5 into 5. So 1 root 5 upon 5. This is the answer. 2 upon 3 root 7. So 2 upon 3 root 7 into root 7 into root 7, which gives us 2 root 7 upon 3 into root 7 into root 7 is 7. So 2 root 7 upon 21. Sub question 3. One upon root 3 minus root 2. Now conjugate of root 3 minus 2, it's a binomial surd, is root 3 plus root 2. Therefore 1 upon root 3 into root 2, we have to remove this radical sign, so we have to multiply it by root 3 plus root 2 upon root 3 plus root 2. Okay, so now this numerator multiplied by 1 is the same number, root 3 plus root 2 upon. Now we know the expansion of a plus b and a minus b whole square, multiplying this we get square of the first term minus square of the second term, right? So as they are opposite, this will act as a, this will be b, this will be a and this will be b, but one is negative, one is positive. So it will be square of the first term minus square of the second term. So square of the first term root 3 square minus square of the second term root 2 square. So root 3 square means root 3 into root 3, which gives us 3, and root 2 into root 2, which gives us 2. So root 3 numerator will be root 3 plus 2 and 3 minus 2. So 3 minus 2 is 1, which we may not also write. So root 3 plus root 2 is the answer. Sub question 4. 1 upon 3 root 5 plus 2 root 2. Conjugate form of 3 root 5 plus 2 root 2 is 3 root 5 minus 2 root 2. So multiplying this surd into 3 root 5 minus 2 root 2 upon 3 root 5 minus, again this will act as a and b, a plus b and a minus b. So using a plus b and a minus b, a square minus square of the first term minus square of the second term. So 3 root 5 minus 2 root 2 will multiply by 1 will be the same, and here we will write square of the first term as 3 root 5 square minus 2 root 2 square. So 3 square will be, numerator will be the same, 3 root 5 minus 2 root 2. 3 root 5 minus 2 root 2. So here in the denominator, 3 square is 9 and root 5 square is 5, minus 2 square is 4 and root 2 square will be 2. So 3 root 5 minus 2 root 2 upon 9 5 is 45 minus 4 2 is 8. So the answer would be 3 root 5 minus 2 root 2 upon 45 minus 8 is 37. Let's come to the last sub question of the problem set. Fifth question, 12 upon 4 root 3 minus root 2. Now conjugate pair of 4 root 3 minus root 2 will be 4 root 3 plus root 2. So multiplying this with the given sum, 12 upon 4 root 3 minus root 2 and 4 root 3 plus root 2 upon 4 root 3 plus root 2. Okay, both numerator and denominator. So here again we will write it as a plus b and a minus b gives us a square minus b square. So this is a, this is b, this is a, this is b. So numerator we will multiply this. I'll write this in the bracket. So 12 into 4 root 3 plus 2 root 2 and this is a square. So 4 root 3 square and this will be b square minus root 2 square. So 12, 4 root 2 will write copy as it is, and square of 4 is 16 and square of root 3 is 3 minus square of root 2 will be 2. So 12 into bracket 4 root 3 plus root 2 upon 48 minus 2 gives us 46. So dividing now 12 and 46, that is these two terms which are outside the here, fraction by 2 we get 2 6 is 12 and 2 23 is 46. So 6 4 root 3 plus root 2 upon 23 will be the answer. That's all for this problem set. Bye.